Hello guys, welcome to my Greta Talks channel. Wish you all a very happy Gudi Padwa, happy new year. First, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude for you, my viewers, who have expressed your affection for me by likes, share and subscribes. I hope the same affection from you throughout this storytelling journey. So today I am going to narrate the story of birth and childhood of Lord Shriram in the episode Heirs of Raghu dynasty. The city of Ayodhya was situated on the banks of the river Sharayu. King Dashrath was the king of this prosperous city. King Dashrath was majestic and valorous like his predecessors. He was not only valorous but also good-natured. He had an expertise in various arts and sciences. He was very precise in taking care of his subjects with a paternal love. He was a modest, dutiful king with a golden heart. His kingdom was utopian in the real sense, with prosperity prevailing everywhere. In spite of all this affluence, the king and the subjects were deprived of one thing. The king was childless. He had no successor to the kingdom. King Dashrath had 3 wives named Kausalya, Sumitra and Kaikeyi. His beautiful and good-natured wives grieved for being childless. The king and the queens had taken lot of efforts to bear a son, but in vain. One day, Sage Vashishta visited the king in his court. The king had full devotion for the sage. Seeing the king desperate to have a son, the sage said, "O king, don't be nervous. Prepare for Ashwamedh Yagya and your wish will be fulfilled." The king accepted the testimony declared by the sage and started the preparations of Yagya on the banks of the river Sharayu. The great sages from various kingdoms were invited for the yagya and the messengers were sent to invite the kings of other kingdoms. The bank of Sharayu river was crowded with the sages, priests and kings. The king with his queens initiated the rituals on an auspicious moment. The yagya was performed with utmost precision. The offering Putra Kameshti was presented to the yagya fire and the spectacular miracle occurred. The deity appeared in the blazing fire of yagya. He had a pot in his hand filled with divine porridge. The deity offered that pot to the king and said, "O King Dashrath, the yagya god is contented and he has sent this pot of porridge for you. Give this porridge to your wives and your wish will be fulfilled. You will be blessed with 4 virtuous sons." King Dashrath happily accepted the porridge vessel from the deity and then the deity disappeared. He offered half porridge to his elder queen Kausalya and remaining half to his queens Sumitra and Kaikeyi. The queens were eager to have sons and consumed that porridge with respect. Many days passed and seasons changed. The new year brought the spring season with a cheerful nature, with blooming leaves and fruits on the trees. There were fresh flowers on the creepers. The cuckoos were singing in the forests of mango trees. The sky was clear, full of vivid colors, and there was sweet smell everywhere. It was as if the nature was delighted for the forthcoming happiness. The 9th day in the month of Chaitra dawned, and in the noon, with the sun overhead, the news of the birth of Lord Shriram with his brothers Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna arrived. This news spread in the whole city of Ayodhya. The overjoyed subjects started rejoicing by playing various musical instruments, adorning their houses and roads with flower garlands, sprinkling water and drawing rangolis. The singing of melodious songs was heard, and beaming faces of people could be seen everywhere. King Dashrath was blessed with 4 sons, and the subjects of Ayodhya were blessed with 4 princes. The successors of Raghu dynasty were born. King Dashrath organized a grand ceremony to offer names to the newborn sons. Queen Kausalya gave birth to the elder son with a glowing face, eyes as beautiful as the petals of lotus, and charismatic personality. He was named as Shriram. Queen Kaikeyi's son was named as Bharat, and Queen Sumitra's twin sons were named Lakshman and Shatrughna. Days and months passed, and the 4 princes were growing like the birds blooming into flowers. The king, queens, and the subjects were thrilled to witness the princes enjoying their play and mischiefs. Once, Shriram pointed his finger towards the moon in the sky and insisted that he wanted to play with the moon. It was difficult for King Dashrath to fulfill his wish and to convince Shriram that it was an impossible task to bring the moon on earth. Shriram was not ready to give up his demand of playing with the moon and started crying. It was a real tight spot for the king. The minister Sumanth got this news. He was a wise minister. He thought of a trick. He took a mirror and entered the palace. He caught the reflection of the moon and handed over that mirror to Shriram. Shriram stopped crying and started smiling and playing as he thought that he had caught hold of the moon in his hand. In this way, their childhood passed happily, with the initiation of education, chanting, memorizing of Vedas, and various sciences. They gained mastery in archery and horse riding. They used to hit the targets in the mock battles. They participated valiantly in hunting in the forests. They became robust and vigorous, and their strength assured their subjects to live their lives fearlessly. So, viewers, takeaway of the story is the righteousness of King Dashratha, precision to perform and manage any event, then beauty of nature reflecting hope, importance of innocence in childhood. This story reflects the phase of childhood when the child is fresh and vigorous to acquire the knowledge if channelized in the right direction and if it is nurtured in a healthy manner. So, thank you, stay tuned, and goodbye.